These 3 boxes of Rallyman are jam-packed with possibility, and it's my intention to highlight all of the interesting things you can do with them. This is Shakedown. In today's Shakedown, we recreate some of the wilder side of motorsports in the form of the Canadian-American Challenge Cup. Can-Am, as it is better known, is a series for sports cars, but not just any old sports car, rather any sports car. Take this Chaparral 2D for example. It looks pretty sporty, but it also looks like it's had a bit of work done. It's been designed for performance and is a capable machine, a 1,000 kilometers of Nürburgring winner in fact, but a few design iterations later and you've got the Chaparral 2J. This box had 2 fans from a tank engine sucking the car into the road, giving it heaps of downforce through every corner at every speed, such that it would finish seconds ahead of its competitors in qualifying runs. Reliability was an issue and it didn't win anything, but teams and governing bodies were scared enough to outlaw the design. The most interesting thing about the story, however, is that Can-Am allowed it in the first place. You see, the rules were simple. Build a 2-seater car to basic safety standards and make sure that it had covered wheels. Other than that, go wild. Experiment. Massive wings for aerodynamics. Snowmobile engines independently powering each wheel. The sky is the limit. But can Rallyman Can-Am? Today we're racing around Sonoma Raceway from O'Daly's Real Circuits collection, and we're going to put a few wild designs of cars on track using the unlimited dashboards from the Climb expansion. Just a single lap, sunny weather to begin with, which may change according to the pull of a damage token as per the base game rules. Now, while it is true to say that Can-Am has few rules, it did have some, and so we're going to use a setup that each car must adhere to, and it's going to be that of the period appropriate GT5. We're going to lose a couple of spaces to a GT and a no Gear 6 die token, but we're then free to build upon what we know of the GT5 to create something we hope to be more competitive. Or more accurately, we're going to go wild with 4 dashboards, throw them into the hands of some generic level 5 Dr. Worm NPCs, and see which designer or engineer has stumbled upon something worth iterating on for future races. The red car is close to a standard GT5, the only difference being the loss of a brake die, which has been replaced with the option to get out of a crash with a Sisu token. Whoever built the blue car doesn't like the number 3, so much so that they have dropped its gear die, have 2 coast, brake and boost die, 2 hazards before a loss of control in the rain, but 4 before a crash in the sun. The engineering team behind the yellow car have opted for a slower car than you might expect, dropping 5th gear entirely and allowing for an extra coast and an increased loss of control limit to hopefully make up for it. It's a GT4 with a boost die, really. And finally, whoever is driving the green car better be comfortable with ridiculous levels of G-force as their car ditches gears 3 and 4 for an all-or-nothing approach to racing. Is their loss of control limit high enough to accommodate all of the heavy braking and boosting that must take place to get it through its gears? There is, of course, only one way to find out. The starting grid has been randomly determined for this race around Sonoma, and that means that the blue car is going to kick things off. That's the car that is afraid of number 3, and it only rolls a single hazard on a brake die, which is not going to be used. So let's put him in 4th after the corner would be nice, but I don't think he's got the dice for it. So 5th before the corner is his best bet. The red car is next, and they see an opening on the inside. Can they exploit that opening? There's nothing to worry about on their dice, and they can finish on the inside in 5th gear. The green car is 3rd on the grid, and they don't have gears 3 and 4, so they can boost from 2nd to 5th. The yellow car really wants to overtake these other cars as quick as it can, but it is not going to do so without a 5th gear. It's only going to get up to 4th behind the green car, and it will have to bide its time as we go into the next round. The red car takes the lead, and it's going to, let's see, slam on its brakes into 2nd gear, a couple of coasts through the corner, and sit there in 5th gear. The blue car has nothing to worry about from that roll. How best are they going to end in 5th gear? Let's see. They can go into 2nd gear if they want and coast through the corner. Then they can drop to 1st. They can boost into 4th gear and then come alongside the red car in 5th gear. All or nothing for the green car, and they've got a whole load of blank dice, so they're going to slam on the brakes into 2nd gear, and then they're going to drop into 1st, coast. Ooh, no, they don't want to drop into 1st, do they? Because then they won't be able to boost up to 5th. So coast, use that extra coast die on the inside of that next corner, and then boost up to 5th. They are unfortunately a space behind, so the distance that they can get each turn may well have been compromised by their stop-start approach to racing. We shall see as the lap goes on. But before the next round, we're going to see what the yellow car can do. 4 gears in their wagon, slow and steady race for them. They're able to finish in 2nd gear on the corner. Next round, the red car has another flawless set of dice. It is going to have a lot of low speed corners to navigate, however. So, how's it going to go through these? I think it's going to boost up to 3rd gear, and this may be an opportunity for other cars around it to get the jump on it. What can the blue car do in response? It is going to have to slam on the brakes in order to obey the speed limit. It doesn't like the number 3, so it can't be in there in 3rd gear. It's going to have to go there in 2nd, but that will allow it to come out there, drop into 1st gear, and then double boost into 4th gear around the outside. Over to the green car with some ground to make up, but that's a fair few hazards going up to 5th gear. That'll be bad for them. They are going to coast, slam on the brakes into 2nd gear for 1 hazard, and they won't be able to get up to 5th from there, so they're just going to have to go for the distance and take the inside lane there in 1st gear. And this might just be what the yellow car needs to gain their advantage as they finish in 4th gear. It is the blue car to go first once again. They are going to have the option of going all the way down to 1st gear, slam on the brakes from 4th, that's 1 hazard, into 2nd, they can coast, boost up to 4th on the inside, and then obey the speed limit. Come out there in 5th gear, taking up the middle lane. The yellow car needs to find a way around the red car and ideally make their life awfully difficult. I'm not sure that that's going to be possible. Let's see, break down to 1st for the inside of this 1st corner. They must then boost up to 3rd gear in order to get around the red car. They then have to drop into 2nd gear in order to obey the speed limit, and from there they can coast through here and wish that they had another boost in order to finish their turn in 4th, but they don't. They are going to have to take the inside of the corner in 2nd gear and hope for another opportunity going forward. The red car should surely be able to overtake that yellow car. They're in 3rd gear, a couple of hazards on the coast dice. I don't think that'll matter for them, although they do only have a limit of 3, unlike some of these other cars. So let's just go into 2nd for the moment. 3rd, 4th, coast. They could go and coast again and end there in 4th gear. They could end in 5th before the corner instead of using those coasts. I don't see any other way for them to do that, except if they go something like this, breaking down into 1st, and then they can come out the other side. No, they can't, because of the blue car blocking up the corner, so they won't be able to do something like that. There is a 3rd gear sharp corner limit there. And if they go into this space, then they're going to get their second hazard. That's going to double that effectively, so they wouldn't be able to put down their third because of their hazard limit. So they are doing their original plan, sitting on the inside there in fourth gear, and hopefully that is enough for them. And finally, the green car, all or nothing, and he's got absolutely nothing to worry about. So let's have him get through these low speed corners before boosting all the way up to fifth gear and then taking second in turn order around the outside of this corner. Next round, the blue car has a hazard on fifth gear, nothing to worry about for him. Green car is next, and they are going to slam on the brakes down to second gear, which they can't do because of the red car being in fourth gear on the corner. So they can either coast and break the speed limit, or they can break down and break the rules, or they can sit and wait and waste a turn as they finish in fifth, having gone absolutely nowhere. Next up is that red car then. They are now going to get out of the way. They can, let's see, drop to second with no hazards, into first, boost up to third, and then out in fourth, up to fifth. One coast die that is blank, and they don't have the use of the other one. It is a hazard, and they are running with 3 hazards as their limit. Maybe the red car wants to up that, but what would they lose? Probably the Sisu, which they haven't spent, although that will probably come in clutch when we least expect it. And finally, the yellow car is able to get the jump on the green car, and it will finish there in fourth gear. Can the blue car pull away? It's got hazards at the top and bottom of its gearbox. Let's get it down to first gear somehow. Let's go something like fourth, brake first, and that will be 3 hazards. There's a 4 hazard limit on this blue car, which is unfortunate because it can get into second, but then it won't be able to boost up to fifth. That will be its 4th hazard. So does it want to do anything else? It can, let's see, brake down to second gear like that, and then boost into fourth on the outside from first gear. That's probably its best bet. It will take the middle lane just in case that is important. That is all the blue car can do on this turn. The red car also has hazards scattered throughout. I think it'll hog the corner in first gear. I think it's got enough manoeuvrability to overtake other cars should the need arise. It has at least made it a little difficult to get around this hairpin, and that is hopefully all it needs to defend its second place. Let's go back to the green car then, and it doesn't get the distance, and the yellow car breathes a sigh of relief. It hasn't been overtaken and blocked, so let's see what that yellow car could do. He's going to end before the corner in fourth gear just to get the jump on the red car ahead. Next round, the green car is playing catch up. Blue car can take the middle lane just to defend turn order as best he can. Fifth gear finish for the blue car. Coming up behind him, hopefully, is the yellow car. Has to go the long way around this hairpin, braking down into first gear and then coasting around the outside like that. Into second, let's have it boost into fourth and then hog the corner in third. Make things a little tricky for the cars behind, probably will get overtaken. Let's not think about it too much, let's just put the plan into action and see what happens. Can the red car overtake then? Nothing to worry about on the hazard front. It's going to go into second gear, third around the outside. Doesn't have enough coast dice to make up the distance, so let's have him go into second there, boost up to fourth, drop into third, and then go around the outside like that. But again, yellow has turn order, but at least the red car has made up the distance. Can the blue car stretch its lead? Finishes there in fifth gear. The green car at the back is hoping to catch up. drop to first to obey the speed limit, coast out, and then realise it doesn't have enough boost dice to get up to 5th gear and is therefore stuck in 1st gear at the back of the pack. The yellow car is next, and it won't be able to get up to 5th gear, but it will be able to get as far as it can, and that means tucking in behind the blue car in 4th gear, which gives the red car an opportunity to overtake and come alongside the blue car once again in 5th gear. The blue car has a few hazards on its brakes. It is going to need them at some point, I'm sure. Let's see. Slam on the brakes from 5th into 2nd on the inside there is 2 hazards. It's not going to be able to go through this next corner and then boost up to 4th from where it is. So it's going to use a couple of... It's not going to use a couple of boost dice to get up to 5th. It's going to use 1 boost die to get up to 4th. It does, after all, only have 2 brake dice. All the red car can do is match pace and end in 4th alongside. Opportunities to overtake are running out. The yellow car could, in theory, have got alongside the red car as well. But those sharp corner limits are getting in the way. The best it can do is sit on the corner in 2nd gear. And now we can see if the green car has better fortunes by getting as far down the track as it can before boosting all the way up to 5th gear. Coast, coast, 5th, coast, slam on the brakes into 2nd, and that is the best that he can do. The blue car is able to slam on the brakes to get into 1st gear and has no problems getting all the way out into 5th. The red car is going to take 1 hazard for going into the inside space there. It's going to avoid it on the way out, and they're going to go up into 5th gear alongside the blue car. However, they can't overtake it just yet. That would be its 3rd hazard of the turn. They can't put down their 3rd hazard. But the red car has the Sisu. So he's going to spend that Sisu token, ignore all the hazards for this turn, or at least ignore enough of them in order to get ahead of the blue car and finish in 5th gear. An expertly timed use of the Sisu token. Always better to have one in hand than to waste it on the first turn because you've gone flat out like a fool. Finally, the yellow car, with no issues whatsoever, can get as far down the track as it can before finishing in 4th gear. Starting off this round then is the red car. 3rd, 4th, 5th take the inside for turn order. Have they mounted enough of a defence against the blue car? See what that blue car can do. Nothing to worry about on their dice, so they're going to go into 5th. Slam on the brakes into 2nd gear there. They could go 1st, 4th, 5th, and they will go 1st, 4th, 5th. They are alongside the red car in 5th gear. They haven't finished the overtake yet. They're desperately hoping that they can manage it. Can the yellow car at least keep up? They certainly can. I'm sure they've defended their place against the green car, who is struggling at the back, of course. They can boost up to 5th and wait before the next corner. The red car just has a few turns to go before surely securing this win. I don't think the blue car could do anything to change that. Best that it could do, finishes a space short of the red car, and it will have to settle for 2nd place on this occasion. The green car at the back, up to 5th, at the apex of the kink in the road. And finally the yellow car looks dead cert for a 3rd place finish. Let's check to see if anything strange happens on what is surely the final turn. There is still an opportunity for losses of control, which I'm surprised we haven't had yet, given that these are just level 5 NPCs. And there's a good reason why there wasn't any crashes from these cars. Have you worked out why? The loss of control check for Dr. Worm's NPCs is 3 hazards on gears 2, 3 and 4, and half of these cars don't even have third gear. So I spent the entire race looking for hazards on gear dice that don't exist, when I should have instead been checking for hazards on gears 1 and 2 brake dice, for example, which would give the same odds. Oh well, we can't have our Can-Am being too chaotic first time out, can we? Have you given thought to using the unlimited dashboards in your circuit racing or rallying? You're missing a damage table should you be running them around tracks like this, but if you build a car that doesn't crash, you wouldn't need to look up the damage tables, would you? So what, then, is the secret to building a competitive car that doesn't crash? I don't know. I think most of these cars need a bit of work before they're viable machines. The green car could do with another boost die, the yellow car needs 5th gear on any circuit with long straights, and the blue car needs to get over its fear of the number 3 and take a 3rd coast die at least, otherwise it's at risk of dropping spaces to their opponents turn after turn. But maybe the weather would have turned things around dramatically, or an actual crash or two of course. I think we're simply going to have to get them to the table once more sometime and test them out more thoroughly. If you've got some unlimited dashboards, or even a pen, paper and an imagination, consider a more open championship of your own. You never know what you'll learn from it. Like how fast is too fast.